The man who fell to his death was ID'd as Mario Gutierrez. This is from the neighboring...
Hither, fellow fans, thank you for returning to our channel, and we're delving really into the amazing ride today. Hondo discovered a graphic moment in tonight's S.W.A.T show, which was the season debut. His primary witness was found deceased when he went to a house. There is a cut across her throat. Hondo got into some problems and took a while to get to her daughter, who was pleading for aid from a locked chamber. He encountered the murderer. They clashed. Their weapons fell to the ground. Before the killer finally made the decision to escape while he still had the chance, they attempted to kill each other. Hondo then went to check on the residents. Other than the girl, he said, no one else was present. He then tried his hardest to support Pia Martinez after that. It has been 10 years since this moment. Many things have transpired since then. Later on, Hondo and Pia lost contact. She was no longer a young child. After reaching adulthood, she relocated to Miami. Hondo wasn't going to get in the way of her desire to move on from the past. Hondo made an effort to stay in touch, but he had to go about his life as well. He then assumed command of his team. He was enamored. He experienced multiple loves. He got married and had a kid. The past knocked on his door while he was going about his daily business. The man who killed Pia's mother was on his way back to the U.S. as an extradition. He went by Verdugo. He was a powerful figure in the Salvadoran mafia. The individual was wanted for murder in Mexico City at first because of his extensive criminal record. They agreed to extradite him to the U.S. so he could face charges related to Rita Martinez's murder after that was completed. Hondo made an attempt to speak with Pia and inform her of the case. His calls went unanswered by her. It wasn't until he traveled to Mexico City that he was certain she was receiving the texts. Hondo and more S.W.A.T personnel were supposed to accompany Verdugo during his extradition. Hondo noticed Pia among the crowd while he was there for the trade-off. She desired to confront her mother's murderer face to face, only she missed that opportunity. Verdugo and a number of motorcycle riders pulled off a daring escape using and wide. Before anyone could stop him, he was gone. Pia had given up hope as Verdugo fled once more. It was Pia who placed the anonymous call that ultimately resulted in Verdugo's capture. Pia left her college early. She journeyed across the entirety of Central America. She began hooking up with guys from all the gangs via dating apps, and this is how she eventually found Verdugo. After that, she placed the call that led to his arrest. She trusted the cops with her life. Once more, they disappointed her. Once more, after disclosing all to Hondo, Pia declared that she no longer had faith in him. Hondo had already pledged to protect her mother. Pia now feels that she ought to have known better than to think that she would ever receive justice from the police. Pia would not even heed Hondo's warnings. He was concerned about all the things she needed to do in order to learn more about Verdugo. He wanted her to be secure, and he was concerned she would do something extreme. For this reason, he made every effort to locate Verdugo once more. The Mexican police deputized Commander Hicks, Powell, and Hondo. This made it possible for them to formally support the Verdugo inquiry, including the manhunt. They then located one of the motorcycle riders who had assisted with the escape. Fernando was his name. He claimed that Verdugo and a man by the name of El Barbin were embroiled in a major negotiation. Verdugo was going to have his big payday. He was unwilling to give that up. That's the reason he pulled off such a bold escape. He had to be paid. It appears that Verdugo was involved in a theft. He took a bomb and a number of weaponry, including RPGs. Nothing little, nothing like what he used to get away. The explosive that he pilfered was intended for the government of Mexico. It might even remove a city off the map. The Mexican government is looking for such weapons. They desired that Verdugo not sell them to any third party, because they obtained proof that Fernando was having an affair with the daughter of a man known as the Butcher. The police were able to turn Fernando around. Before they spoke with the Butcher on his behalf, Fernando consented to speak with them. He informed them of the agreement. He recognized El Barbin as a man. He was scared off by the police. He was just not taken into custody by them. Since the man had left, Verdugo would have to look for a different broker. The question was not if, but when, Verdugo wouldn't turn down a payday this size. When Hondo attempted to contact Pia to ask if she could identify his new broker, she vanished. She'd told him a tale about coming home earlier, of having no money, of desiring to at last lead the life her mother had envisioned. However, Hondo discovered that she had purchased a gun when he visited her hostel to ask whether she would help in Verdugo's capture. She did manage to find out where he was. She just kept it from him. She intended to murder Verdugo on her own. There was a problem with the plan. Verdugo was anticipating Pia's arrival. She was looking for him, he knew that. By the time the cops arrived, he had her in his grasp. Then, in an attempt to buy himself more time to go, Verdugo tried hanging Pia. Nevertheless, Hondo had to kill him. Hicks also fired a shot at Pia's rope. Since they were unable to extradite a deceased man, she was spared, and the case against Verdugo was officially closed. The vacuum bomb wasn't in the back of the home, despite the fact that most of the weapons were, implying that this wasn't done. Pia had only searched for Verdugo because she felt guilty for her mother's death. Even though she wasn't permitted to bring her phone when she went into hiding 10 years ago, she did so since, at the time, she was a teenage girl who couldn't live without her phone. She assumes Verdugo discovered them in this manner. After hearing her confession, Hondo merely advised her not to purchase the guilt of others. Powell went on a date with a Mexican officer in the meanwhile. Sadly for her, he turned out to be the one who took the vacuum bomb, and as a result, he choked her until she passed out tonight. It is impossible to predict what will occur next. Finished. Thank you and see.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.